प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतद्वहे नमः. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary, and last Tuesday we studied up to shloka 6 of the 13th chapter. In the 13th chapter, Bhagavan has said that Kshetragya Gyan is the only Gyan, and out of which Kshetra Bhagavan has described. So what we expect now is Kshetrajna. But we find actually it is not so. From shloka 7 to 11, Bhagavan is telling something different, and he will resume his talk about Kshetrajna in shloka 12. So we are confronted with this shloka 7 to 11, and we have to find out what it is. How is this placed? It is placed after Kshetrajnan and before Kshetragyan. So it has that significance. We must understand that it is the result of Kshetrajnan. If a man really has Kshetrajnan, if he really knows that he is not that which he thought himself to be, then his mind should take up these things. And on the other hand, if a man has taken up these things, then Kshetrajnan will follow. That is the meaning of the position of these shlokas. Because it comes after Kshetragyan and before Kshetragyan, while Bhagavan himself has told that I will tell you Kshetrajnanam, and after telling Kshetrajnan, without telling Kshetrajnanam, he is telling these shlokas. And what is the shlokas? How does it 7 to 11 end? 7 to 11 is one sentence. So we read that first and then think of it. Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantir Arjavam, Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Stairyam, Atma Vinigraha, Indriyartheshu, Vairagyam, Anahankara Evacha, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, Dukkha Doshanudarshanam, Asaktir, Anaveshwanga, Putra Dara Grihadishu, Nityam Cha Samachittatvam, Ishta Nishtopapattishu, Mai Chananya Yogena Bhaktiravya Vicharini, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam, Aratir Jana Sansadi, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam, Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam, Eta Jnanamiti Proktam, Ajnanam Yadato Anyatha. So let us concentrate on this last line. Bhagavan has said, Kshetragya Gyan is the only Gyan. So what is Jnana? What is Jnana? Jnana is that by which we know something. We want to know trees, mango trees, we have to learn botany. When we know botany, Jnana, then we know trees. We have to know the living beings. We study zoology. Through zoology, we know the living beings. So Jnana is that by which we know something. Now here, what is known? What is to be known? Kshetrajna. Now, Kshetrajna is our own real nature. And what is the meaning of knowing Kshetrajna? Kshetrajna is not an object that we shall know it as an object. like trees or mangoes or this or that. Kshetrajna means our own real nature. Then what is the meaning of knowing our own real nature? The meaning is like this, that today, due to wrong knowledge, for how many births and centuries and yugas we do not know, our thinking, our feeling, our resolutions have all become polluted. In that mind, Brahman can never manifest itself. Brahman is our innermost reality, but it cannot manifest itself in that mind which is filled with so much rubbish. And the meaning of knowing Brahman is manifesting Brahman in our consciousness. What else is knowing? Brahman is not an object that will know it. Knowing Brahman means understanding or realizing that is my own real nature. So this manifestation of Brahman in our consciousness is called knowing Brahman. Understood? Now in this mind which is filled with rubbish, Brahman can never manifest. So cleaning the mind so that in that changed mind, Brahman should automatically manifest itself. And if it does not automatically manifest, we can try a little in that direction. But this is the meaning of the word jnanam, that condition of the mind in which Brahman will automatically or otherwise manifest himself, which is the same as knowing Brahman. And that is why this has intervened. And Brahman, Bhagwan will tell everything which is emphatically, certainly. So he said, Ajnanam yadato anyatha. If there is something which is different from these mental qualities, it is wrong knowledge. By that, you can never know Brahman. So the whole crux is that we may call it purification of the mind, we may call it changing the mental habits, so that in that changed mind, Bhagavan will have to manifest. And manifestation of Bhagavan in our own mind or in our own consciousness is called knowing Brahman. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has said, Shuddha Man. First he has said that Swami Vivekananda is telling, by this mind I can never know God. Sri Ramakrishna says, by this mind you will not know God, but by the pure mind you will know God. So that pure mind is being described. And also Bhagavan has said, pure mind and pure Atman are one and the same. Why? Because Atman is one without a second. What we feel today as our mind, my buddhi, are non-existent. They are forms of Brahman. Brahman has taken those forms. So when the mind becomes pure, the mind itself understands that I am nothing but a shadow of Brahman. I am nothing but Brahman itself in my form. So that is the knowledge. Any sadhak knowing Brahman knows that I am a form in which Brahman has manifested itself. That is the only knowledge of Brahman. Brahman not being an object is not to be known like I know Kshetra, I know this or that. Like that Brahman is not to be known. So all this lesson we get by this 7 to 11, Etad Jnanamiti Proktam. This is called knowledge. That means when these are present in the mental issues, then Brahman will automatically manifest itself. So this is called knowledge. And if there is something different from this, anything different from this, that is a rubbish. In that presence, Brahman can never manifest. Brahman requires 100% pure mind. So any impurity in the mind, Brahman will not manifest. So ajnanam yadato anyatha. Now let us go through the list. And if you count 20 mental qualities are described in this 20, you can count. To remember, you can count that there are 20. Let us count. In the 11th shloka, कहाँ गया? 2 pages. Bapre. Oh, sometimes the turn pages is mushkil. 319. Oh, it is there. Yes. You just count. Amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, shanti, arjavam, acharyopasanam, shaucham, sthiryam, atma vinigraha. So 9 qualities in the 7th shloka. Then indriyarteshu vairagyam 1. Anahankara evacha 2. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosha anudarshanam 1. So 3. 3 in the next shloka. 9 plus 3, 12. Asaktir anavishwanga putra dara gruhadishu. So these are 2, Putra dara gruhadishu asakti, putra dara gruhadishu anavishwanga. These are 2. Nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. All this is 1. Ishtanishtopapatishu nityam samachittatvam is 1. So 3 in this. 9 plus 3, 12 plus 3, 15. Then Mai chananna yogena bhakti-ravicharini 1. Vivikta desha sevitvam 2. Aratir jana sansadi 3. So 3 here also. 9 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 18. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam 1. Tattva jnanartha darshanam 2. So 18 plus 2, 20. And etad jnanamiti proktam ajnanam yadato anyatha. So 20 mental qualities have been described as jnana. Now let us go through one by one, and we shall see in the beginning most of them are negative. So that is another thing. Why negative? The implication, the only meaning is that our mind has these rubbishes. So the absence of rubbishes is the mental quality required. Asakti, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, shanti, arjavam, rujutva. So these are all negative. So let us think of this amanitvam. Manitvam is the usual reaction of man. Give me self-respect. This would not allow Brahman to manifest. If a man always seeks self-respect, self, small self, his body-mind self, for that he wants respect, then he can never attain Brahman, which is samam sarveshu bhuteshu, which is one without a second. So the usual thing with man is mentioned as manitvam, and then absence of manitvam is something we have to struggle for. And when we struggle for amanitvam, then only one impurity is gone, mind becomes slightly ready to manifest Brahman. Then, shall I give you an example? Anyway, in that Suri Sampatti, again these will come. We had a celebration in Vrindavan. And one Mandaleshwar was to preside over one session. And we had arranged seats like that. The important listeners were given seats in the front row below the stage. And on the stage, only the speakers, one Mandaleshwar to preside and other speakers. This was the arrangement. Now another Swami came, who was also a Mandaleshwar, but he was not a speaker nor the president of that session. But he said that I am equivalent to that Mandaleshwar. If you have given him seat on the stage, I must also get seat on the stage. What is this? Manitvam. Recognize me as Mandaleshwar, equivalent to that Mandaleshwar. And the program in charge, Swamiji, was trying to pacify him, but he was not getting resolved. The Mahanta Swami of Vrindavan arrived, and when he heard of this, he said, what is there? Give him one more seat on the stage. That will not spoil us. On the stage itself, he wants to sit, so give him one more seat. He will not participate, he will not speak, he will not preside, but he wants seat equivalent to that Mandaleshwar. Yeah. So, understood. I have seen another in Goa. Some Mandaleshwar or some big sadhu was invited. And there were several seats. And he wanted the seat highest of all seats. And peculiar it appeared like a pyramid and he was made to sit there. Then he was satisfied. So, manitvam is the usual reaction of man, whether he is a sadhu and all that does not matter. And now, if we want to realize Brahman, the mind should be free from such idiosyncrasies. And that is why the first word mentioned is amanitvam, the quality of not seeking self-respect. People may give you respect, but you should not seek self-respect. Then only Brahman will manifest. You see the other example, positive example. No better example than Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. When anybody used to come to him, before he could salute, Sri Ramakrishna himself used to salute him. So if he salutes again, Sri Ramakrishna will salute as reply to that salute. If he salutes again, Sri Ramakrishna will repeat again. So nobody could defeat Sri Ramakrishna in the matter of salutation. Now, another incarnation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, Trunadapi suniche na tarori vasaishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So it's fit to chant Hari's name. Trinadapi suniche na. He should think himself lower than the blade of grass also. Not only men, because there are pseudo humble people. मैं क्या चीज हूँ, मैं ना चीज हूँ, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, what can I do, what I am fit for? This is not amanitvam. This is tamoguni manitvam. There are so many funny stories on this. One disciple goes to the Guru and says that, make me a disciple. Guru says, do you know what the disciple has to do? He has to clean my room, he has to clean my books. Oh, can I touch your books? Like that he went on telling. So the Guru said, all right, you can dust my slippers. Can I touch your slippers? Then Guru said, okay, we shall see. You go and take food now. Okay, I'll take food. So this is called artificial humbleness. This is not amanitva. Another example I remember, in our college I had gone in summer vacation, a temporary in-charge principal was there. And I wanted for my friend a certificate, just a formal thing. that he was the student of your college from this year to this year, that much. I thought because now vacation, I went to the house of that in charge principal. And anyway, I'm not saying that my father was the actual principal, but he was on vacation. So I went to this man and said, I want such a such certificate. How can I do that? Now it is vacation. You will have to wait for that. You have to ask the clerk about it. Hundreds of things he told me and did not give me that 2-line certificate. And when I was about to come away, what can I do for you? How can I serve you? So this is called a bogus humbleness. Either hypocrisy, bogus humbleness, or a fake namrata. That is not namrata, tamogun appearing as namrata. What can I do? What can I do? Anyway, So, spiritual merit by which Brahman will become manifest is amanitvam. And we have seen Sri Ramakrishna is the absolute picture of amanitvam. Never he said, give me man. One day were invited for food and they went there and nobody cared for them. Brahman Swami was with him, small boy. He said, come away, they are not caring for us. Sri Ramakrishna said, be practical, who will give you food? Sit here, somehow, and we will get food. So nowhere, another beautiful example is there. His nephew, Hridayaram, was his personal seva. For years together, it is a different matter that he tortured him also afterwards. But one day, the owner became angry on Hridayaram and he said, you get out of my temple, never allow you to step inside the campus. And in that heat, perhaps he said, or somebody told Sri Ramakrishna that Trilokya Babu says, if Sri Ramakrishna has to go, let him go also. Because they thought Sri Ramakrishna is dependent upon Hridayaram. As soon as Sri Ramakrishna heard this, he put his towel on his shoulder and started walking straight towards the gate. Trilokya Babu saw. He was terrified. He came running and said, I have not asked you to leave. Sri Ramakrishna said, is it so? And he came back and sat in his room. So where is man? Insult, non-insult, where is man? So this is the example we have to follow. Amanitvam, adambitvam. Now, dambha is another quality associated with this puny man. What is dambha? Shankaracharya has defined dambha as dharma dhvajitvam. To show I am religious. But if you enter inside, in English, we can say ostentation. To show more than you have of any merit. You may be intelligent, but you want to show I'm more intelligent. You may be humble, but you want to show I'm more humble. You may be religious, but you want to show I'm more religious. That is called dambitvam. I remember once in Chandigarh, the car in which I was traveling, engine failed. So the driver went to get it repaired. I said, leave me, I will get some lift. So some military officer was coming. I just showed my hand, he stopped. And when I sat, he asked me, Swamiji, what is your impression about Chandigarh? I said, shall I tell negative or positive first? He said, negative first. I told him, Chandigarh has ostentation. He said, yes, Swamiji, yes, Swamiji. And he was a military man. He said, in military, this is too much. But it is such a vacuum thing. It is such a vanity that we understand in 2-3 years that it has a vanity. It has nothing inside. But we are bound by the so-called traditions and there is ostentation. So this ostentation is, sure, I will give some small examples. Now, Indian style of eating, never had heard of these spoons. Never. Table, chair. Now some person gets a little money, 10 rupees or 20 rupees or something. Immediately, chairs, tables, spoons. He wants to show that I have so much money. Ostentation. Nothing but ostentation. Anyway, so this ostentation will kill the possibility of Brahman manifesting. It will never come our side. Here also, in all of them, we can find Sri Ramakrishna as the ideal example, disciples of Sri Ramakrishna as the ideal example. Any spiritual person is an ideal example of non-ostentation. I am this, what I am. I am this, what I am. You see and you judge. But this ostentation kills a man, not allowing him to realize Brahman. And that is why the negative of that, adambitvam, has been told as a spiritual merit by earning which you have to struggle and earn this, by earning which you will become fitter to manifest Brahman, which is knowing Brahman. Ahimsa. Now here we have to remember something. Ahimsa is not killing. Ahimsa is not vegetarianism, we must remember. Ahimsa, Gita has told many times, and the same Gita tells Arjuna, shoot Bhishmacharya, shoot Karna. So, ahimsa is not killing. A terrorist, suppose your brother, and he comes in front of you, should you say, is my brother? Or you should shoot him immediately. So, it does not, there was a pacifism. We shall not do anything. Let them crush us. That is what Arjuna wanted. And Bhagavan scolded him badly. And anyway, we are not entering politics. But did India get freedom without anybody's death? Lakhs of people were killed. So, what has to be done as a duty has to be done. There, this non-killing does not stand. Hatva apisa iman lokan nantindane baddhate. If a person kills the whole world, Bhagavan says, without any ego, without any attachment to pleasure, then even if he kills the entire world, he is not killer. Bhagavan himself, Pralaya, he kills everybody, so he is the most sinner? No. So this killing is a relative term. According to situation, you have to. Because Bhishmacharya was a good person, Dronacharya was an Acharya, and yet they fought on behalf of Duryodhana. We have seen that in the first chapter. Durbuddhi Duryodhana, they want to support him, so they have to be killed. They may be good persons. So, one point gone. Second point, some people think ahimsa means vegetarianism. And one day we saw that Kalanja Vakshanam Nisheda and Gita Prasad translated it, don't eat non-vegetarian food. It never meant that. It meant that by dubious method, if you obtain your food, that is paka. So, ahimsa does not mean vegetarianism also. About this we may say that Bhagavan Buddha saw that in the yajna, Yajnarthat Pashavo Srishta. The animals are made for being killed in Yajna. And so, Bhagavan Buddha had to come and say, don't believe the Vedas. So, Ahimsa, Vedas are teaching that you must kill animals for sacrifice. It's a fact. And so, Ahimsa does not mean vegetarian food also. You give sugar to ants. And when you go to your business, you are duping, exploiting the people for money. This is not ahimsa. So what could ahimsa be? The Sanskrit words have gone into Indian languages with particular shades. In Bengali, hinsa means jealousy. Ahimsa means absence of jealousy. Example, Yudhishthir. And another dimension we can say ill feeling. Ill feeling. In Hindi, baddua. Some people say, let bad be happening to him, let him die, this or that. No. Ahimsa means that you should be free from the feeling of petty-mindedness. You should be free from the feeling of jealousy. Then only the mind will be pure enough to manifest Brahman. So please take ahimsa in that light. You should not have ill feeling for somebody. You should. Now even they are killed, they are giving them moksha or sending him to Sarga. So they are not have ill feeling towards them. And so without ill feeling towards anybody, you can do your own duty, then you are ahimsak. Remember, pacifism? No. Vegetarianism? No. Absence of jealousy, absence of ill feeling towards anybody is ahimsa. Why? Because Bhagavan is telling Arjuna to kill and all that, and yet he is telling him ahimsa. Anyway, Kshanti. Kshanti is also negative. Kshanti means forbearance. Forbearance. Now, the genesis of forbearance is that if you know that nobody acts with real knowledge, everybody acts badly or rightly due to ignorance. I think I have given you several examples in a different context, because this word appear in that Adarsha Bhakta Lakshanas in 12th chapter. I want to repeat two examples. Mahapurush Maharaj, the president of the Ramakrishna Mission, the only building was what we call Swamiji's room building. There were no toilets on the first floor. Even today they are not, perhaps. Below, common toilets were there. So Mahapurush Maharaj, early morning, used to take up his kamandalu, lota with water and go there. Now, one young boy had come and they used to stay in the corner round room in the ground floor. Now he got his mouth filled with saliva in the early morning. And he went near the window and spat. And Mahapuruji was passing. And all the spit fell on Mahapuruji's body, on dress. He understood. And he came out running. And Maharaj, pardon me, pardon me. Mahapuruji said, you have not done anything wrong. You did not know that I am walking here. So the reason of that is you did not know. So why will he be angry? And you can see, I told that example. Jesus Christ was put to crucifixion along with two thieves around him. And they were tempting him. You say you are the Son of God, bring your angels. And Christ said, my Father, forgive them. They do not know what they do. So, same thing. That anybody will say he is deliberately doing like that. Deliberately, because he is ignorant. So, fundamental ignorance is there, na? Nothing is deliberate. It is out of ignorance. So, knowing this, they have no reaction. That is called real forgiveness. Forgiveness means no reaction. Even if somebody hits you, if somebody scolds you, you have no reaction, knowing that he is working in ignorance. Shanti. Then Arjavam. Arjavam means Rijita, means straightforwardness of mind. Here also we can think, why men want to go by zigzag way, not straight way? Because he wants to gain something ulterior, selfishness. If I cannot do like this, I will do like this. Your mind has gone. You may achieve your results immediately, results in the world, but you have polluted your mind by attempting to go in a crooked way. Crooked way is selfishness. Crooked way is out of fear. So crookedness, absence of crookedness is arjavam. Go straight. You will have to face much more trouble if you go straight, that is known. Don't think that they are not practical, they don't know that if you go straight, there will be more difficulty. They know fully well. Going straight has difficulty. And unless you face the difficulties of the going straight, mind will not be pure. Bhagavan can never manifest in that mind which is crooked. So, Rijuta Arjavam. Then, these are negative. Then, Acharya Upasanam. The teacher is there. Through him, knowledge is coming to you. And you should feel such love for that knowledge, such reverence for that knowledge, that you feel same love and reverence toward the person from whom the knowledge is coming to you. And for that, you will worship him, you will serve him. So, Acharya Upasanam appears to be a physical action, but that is jnana. If it is not there, it is ajnana. Shaucham, cleanliness, outside, inside. I think I defined one day what is cleanliness. All these things had come in the 12th chapter, Adarsha Bhakti Lakshanas. I told you, you take a watch, go to the repair shop, he opens it, he does, the dust is gone, watch is clean. Where is that dust has gone? In the room. So that is not dirty. In the watch it was dirty. From this example, now there is a lot of dust in our room. We sweep and put it in a dustbin. So it is not bad in the dustbin. It is bad in the floor. So from all these, the definition drawn is that things should be in their proper place. That is called shaucha. And this becomes a habit. Habit. If your things are not in the proper place, kept in a proper way, the mind has gone revolving. And so, unless you are clean, unless your things are kept in their proper place, Brahman will not manifest in you. Similarly, the thoughts, the feelings. We say he was absent-minded. Nobody can be absent-minded. He was irrelevantly present. Period is going on, he is thinking of cricket or some dance or some show. So, mental purity, what thought should be there at that point, they should be there. What thought should not be there at that point, should not be there. whether physical or mental, purity, orderliness is the spiritual merit, but not ordinary thing. This is not an ordinary thing. I told that example that comes repeatedly to my mind. Sardan Swamiji conducted a mental experiment in Sri Ramakrishna's room. Why this thing is kept here? Why that thing is kept here? And he came to the conclusion that none of these can be kept any better place. And Sri Ramakrishna was very particular. Somebody took the cutter and kept. He said, "Don't keep it there. Keep it here." So that is cleanliness, spiritual merit. Stairyam. Stairyam means not steady, not not static. Stairyam means steadiness. Steadiness of body, steadiness of mind. Without this steadiness, you cannot feel spiritual truths. If mind is not steady, some people have the habit of moving legs and feet. Unnecessary. Spiritual any harm it will do to you. So, steadiness, physical, mental, is necessary for the mind to be purified, in which Brahman will be manifested. Atma Vinigraha. Atma means yourself, not Atman. Atma means yourself, your body, your indriyas, your mind. Unless you have a control over them, control does not mean stopping them. Control means using them properly. So unless you have a habit, unless you change your habits, mental habits, always try to keep your body, indriyas, mind under control. Then mind becomes purified. What happens if you try to keep control? In the second chapter, we are told the mind will attain an equilibrium state, and there Brahman will shine. The feeling for Brahman, the intellect for Brahman will shine, and you will realize Brahman. So, Atma Nigraha is something to be cultivated if you want to know Brahman. And so, first shloka, 9 qualities you are dealt with. Then, Indriya Artheshu Vairagyam. Indriya Artheshu Vairagyam. Indriyas are attracted towards their respective objects, and one should have dispassion for them. Dispassion. I don't want that. That will take me down. That discrimination should enter your feeling, then it is dispassion. Otherwise, people want to eat, drink this and that and that. Prone to eating should not be there. So, Indriya Artheshu, Indriya towards their objects, Vairagyam, dispassion. Example, if you about to eat and somebody says, poison is there, you will run away. Somebody, a fly goes into your mouth, you will be repelled by that food. So this repulsion towards worldly enjoyments is absolutely, whatever you say, grasta, sannyasi, this and that, all right. But unless you have this repulsion towards the ordinary enjoyments, you will not realize God. Swami Vivekananda said in the Western countries, they think I am coming from a dead land 5,000 years back who is preaching us renunciation. And then Swamiji says, without renunciation, no religion can start even. So, whether you are a householder, whether you are a sannyasi, vairagya, dispassion is absolutely necessary if you want to purify your mind, if you want to know Brahman. Anahankara evacha. Ahankar. That means I. Doing like this is called ahankar. Aham is basic. You have ego, we know. You have your individuality, we know. But in everything, I did this, I shall build, I. You find some people always talking of their I. That ahankar will not allow the mind to be pure. And so this also negative. Ahankar, not giving credit to yourself always. I remember some old incident. I went to some house in Goa and the food was heavy and yet I felt like meditating. I asked, what have you put in the food? They said, young people, our father-in-law has brought devotion in there. For everything, they are shifting the credit to somebody. Not I. Sri Ramakrishna never liked this I. Nam, tu, not I, but thou. So, anankara evacha, and also non-ego, non-emphasizing ego. Then, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. This whole thing is one. But the meaning is derived in two ways. What is the thing? Doshanu Darshanam. Important thing. In the present life, you must see defects. If present life is all right for you, no religion for you. So you must see that the present life is full of defects. What are those defects? You have to be born again and again, you have to die again and again. And not only birth and death, you have to meet with old age, you have to meet with mental sickness, and you have to meet with physical sickness. These are the defects. And pain is mental sickness. So these are the defects of the present life. Some people derive the meaning like this, that dukkha itself is dosha. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi give you dukkha. Dukkha itself is a dosha. So we have to see the dukkha rupa dosha in our present life. It is filled with misery, our present life. Or you take dukkha also one of the doshas, along with other doshas. So important is we must feel the present life dissatisfaction. We must, otherwise people say, will we not become cynic? Everything is wrong. If you have no ideal, you will become cynic. But if your ideal is going to God, then you should never cherish. You should always find this life is full of defects. I don't want them. Then only I'll tell you a story from the Maratha history. I told it sometime. Shivaji asked Tanaji to go and conquer that fort. They climbed it with the help of some climbing animals. In the midnight, attacked, and almost the victory was at hand. At that time, the leader Tanaji got a arrow or bullet shot, and he fell down. Now, seeing that, his heroes started running back from they had climbed by ropes to go back by ropes. His mama, old man, Shelar, he was inspiring, come, victory is at near. And his elder brother Suryaji ran faster than them and cut away all the ropes. Now go if you want. So no backside, come front and you will win. So that is dosha darshan in the present life. We want to go forward, we want to go to God. That is an essential quality. Asakti, anavishwanga. Two things. Sakti means sticking. When it becomes asakti, then negative is anasakti. When it is sakti, negative is asakti. Non-attachment. Where attachment normally is done. Putra, dara, grahadishu. About son, about wife or husband, about your own house. you should not feel it is mine attachment. Now, when the attachment grows, this mind becomes I. Identification with son, wife, house, etc. Wherever that identification furnished, same things come to my mind again and again. Mama, maternal uncle, and his nephew, they took a plot together, and half Mama, half Bajaj. Now, one of them went ahead and got the plan made, and the other person went to court. Why? In that plan, the toilet was shown in this side facing the other plot. So he felt it so much that he holds his nose and tells the judge, tell this mama, don't build like this, it is smelling. It is only on the paper now. But that what happens? Asakti increases, makes it identification. Especially about putra. If somebody abuses your putra, hits him, you are gone. If somebody says one bad word about your wife, then gone. And house. So, putra, dara, gruha, adishu, asakti, and also anavishwanga, asakti. So, these are also negative because the normal tendency of a man is to be attached to things around him and to be identified with them. So, the absence of them is spiritual merit, and the spiritual merit is conducive to manifestation of Brahman. And then in the world, in the practical life, Ishta, Anishta, Upapattishu. Good things will come, bad things will come, which you do not like, those things will come, which you like, those things will come. But you should not lose the balance of your mind. Good things have come, oh, jumping, you will fall down. Bad things have come, oh, depressed, mushkil. So keep the balance of your mind always. This has been taught in the second chapter. So this is the spiritual merit. These are our habits to be cultivated. That is called the purity of the mind. And then what happens? Brahman becomes manifest. So they are called knowledge. Nityam cha. This should be always samatva. Mai cha ananya yoge na bhaktiravya vicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratirjan. We'll take this tomorrow. We have to read Shankar Bhashya also. We have seen the placing of this after Kshetrajnan, before Kshetrajnan. And we are trying to see that their opposite habits are to be cultivated from what normally a man has. And so we have read 7, 8, 9, okay, 10, 11. We shall read tomorrow. And we shall read Shankar's commentary also on that. So, Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetra Ekapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Namaha.